Good evening. Welcome to Bits and Banter. So, what are we bantering about today? Something very, very interesting. Imagine a performance appraisal. You actually go to your boss, and the boss says your performance has been lousy, and unfortunately, you need to agree, and everything happens. And then next, well, guess what? You actually get the best uh, uh, rating, and you get great money. So, what am I talking about? I'm talking about two guys here, Glenn Maxwell and Glenn Maxwell's Indian edition called Krishnappa Gautam. Both of them really knocked it off, Pala, on IPL, although they were not the biggest buys. Gautam was, I think, for the uncapped. But over to you. What the hell just happened? And by the way, the auction is still not over. We got tired of it, so we got out.
Yeah, exactly. We stopped in between. Might as well record it. Hey, anyway, see, Krishnappa Gautam is obviously the highest. He's got the highest bid ever, not just in this IPL, ever for an uncapped player, beating Krunal Pandya's record of 8 crores. This is 9.5 crore by CSK. See, but Raj, this is not a performance surprise. This, I mean, if you can pardon my analogy, this is something like a stock market, stock prices. This is not exactly truly reflects a company's intrinsic worth. It's just about a ballpark figure, but it need not necessarily always reflect a company's true worth this side or that side. Sometimes what happens in a smaller action, some players value is temporarily it gets height. I think that is what has happened in certain players' case. Certainly with not just Gautam. Gautam I can at least understand, but certainly with Maxwell. Because with every passing IPL, his performance in the middle has been coming down, but his value in terms of money has been going up.
So Bala, I'll just put out some numbers for Gautam, because I thought you would say that. Gautam has played 24 matches, IPL matches till now. He has a fantastic batting average of 14.31.
Yeah, I saw it.
He has a strike rate of 170, but then I don't think and his highest score is 33, which is sort of if that is not underwhelming. Yeah, I don't know what is.
Because and that's what
let me complete. In 24 matches, he has taken 13 wickets at a brilliant economy rate of 8.26 and an average of 43.
That's what I'm saying. These numbers don't reflect the intrinsic value of a player, because some players, some teams, they are desperate for certain positions. They would want to fill it, so they just go for broke. So in that situation, a player's value gets disproportionately high. And that is what has happened with us.
Now my question is, forget about Maxwell, because Maxwell is a fantastic story. We have not figured it out.
Because he didn't, just for the record, he didn't hit a single six all through last year.
So my question is, why was CSK looking so eagerly for Gautam? I couldn't figure out. What is that position that they're going to bat him in? Unless they open with him.
They need a finger spinner, because they let go.
So what is Moeen Ali then?
Moeen Ali is an all-rounder. That is what that's why they bid for the other guy, Maxwell, also.
Yeah, so that is, so Gautam, I thought, was also an all-rounder, right? He was all-rounders.
No, he comes within the Indian all-rounder. That guy, Moeen Ali.
Net result, I didn't understand. As far as I'm concerned,
you're going to look for logic. This auction would never provide you that.
I know. So for me,
but the moment of the auction for me was not in the money, but when CSK picked Cheteshwar Pujara for 50 lakhs at the base price, there was a spontaneous applause from every other team. That kind of showed, nobody had bid for him, but there was a certain amount of appreciation for the kind of work that he had done for the Indian cricket team. I guess, that was the moment, because these numbers, you'll talk about these numbers, you'll forget it, because next year somebody else will get some atrocious numbers, some obscene numbers. So these things do keep happening, Raj. Because 2 years back, we had a similar story with Varun Chakravarti, right?
Yeah. So where you really don't know what these guys are doing. So essentially, see, I was looking at those, some of the numbers that turned up. So for me, till these guys went after Gautam, I think CSK actually had a good buy in Moeen Ali, because he can be a multi-purpose player for them, assuming he is there for the entire season, because he can open the batting, he can bowl, he can open the bowling, he can bat in the middle order. He's a reasonably decent fielder. So all things put together, he's a decent buy for the price, because the highest bid this time was how much? More than twice that price, right?
Yeah,
So yeah,
obviously.
Chris
16
Morris. Yeah, Chris Morris. Like I said, I was telling
Get
you on
back
the
to
chat.
explain to Chris Morris.
Yeah,
We need to
yeah.
talk about Chris Morris.
Yeah, like I was telling you, Chris Morris, I think he would give away half that money to Virat Kohli, thanking him for letting him go from RCB.
He
So
can obviously bid for the entire South African. He can hold it and the kind of money.
I know, I know.
But what was interesting was, see,
Uh,
at 10 crores, I mean, RCB had let go of Chris Morris. So at 9.75 crores, they stopped bidding for it.
yeah, correct.
Oh, they didn't want to go for 10 crores. That was kind
Yeah.
of interesting.
Yeah. So obviously, I mean, you can't tell people, look, I mean, see,
Yeah, I dropped him for 10 crores, managed
Yeah.
to pick him for 12 crores.
see, it is like
Story.
CSK letting go of Ashwin and then bidding for him till a point. Beyond that, they couldn't match it. So I don't mind that. Hey,
Yeah, that is funny. I have no problem.
this is like saying, hey, see, this is like you trying to sell your second-hand car and they're actually selling it and then trying to buy it back for a higher price, man. Because you know that there is a treasure inside.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
suddenly it has become vintage value.
I know.
But let's be honest. Chris Morris, though he might have had a decent IPL, he is not even being picked for South African national team in the T20 version. So
Correct.
these numbers 6.25 crores don't exactly reflect
16.25 crores.
Sorry, what did I say? 16.25.
Yeah.
See, certainly he can't be better than Ben Stokes, man.
I have a list of people who actually fetched fantastic prices. I mean, I don't know whether you have seen that. Chris Morris is the most expensive IPL buy till date.
In the history.
In the history, 16.25 crores. It betters Yuvraj Singh by 0.25 crores. It betters Pat Cummins by 75 crores. Ben Stokes by 1.75 crores. And Glenn Maxwell, of course, we know what he got.
But just a sobering thought, those guys who had been bought for obscene prices have never matched the money they were paid for.
No, I was going to say that. I mean,
that's one of those things.
Yeah. It won't be long before you and I start counting the sixes he hit and the wickets he took, and then try dividing it by this number. So I mean, I'm sure this will happen.
This auction, mini auction, especially the mini auction, it kind of becomes a desperate game because. I mean, they kind of reflect somebody sitting in a gambling table, keeps on bidding right on a poker table.
Yeah.
So it boils down to that. Sometimes it's not all about strategy because some of the cricketing strategy that people talked of ahead of the auction, that they were not visible at the auction table.
I mean, none of it was visible because I'm just looking at the IPL T20 site, and I mean, if you see some of the comments that that are sitting there, they're laughable actually.
Yeah.
So
but Morris would go for a lot of money, but not 16.2. Right?
So look at Mike.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm saying Mike Hesson says that Glenn Maxwell, his fantastic comment is Glenn Maxwell is a multi-skilled player, and we need to yet see those skills in India. I don't know where he saw it. So
it has never been exposed on an IPL match.
Yes, that is the thing. So I mean, so for me, I think morning we were speaking about Jai Richardson. I think that was something. Although again, 14 crores is a big money.
Same with Kyle Jamieson.
So both Jai Richardson didn't play in India because he was injured. I think Kyle Jamieson has still not left New Zealand to go anywhere.
Yeah.
So
Jai Richardson, I mean, he shot to fame after having taken Virat Kohli thrice in that series in 2018,
correct,
2019. So
yeah,
and he has had a very good BBL for Perth Scorchers.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I mean, so for me it is, see, RCB. That is what I was surprised. RCB has spent 29.25 crores for 2 players here, just 2 players. And I have no idea whether these two players whether these 2 players can even will even play all the matches.
RCB and Delhi Capitals were the most active on the auction table.
But surprisingly, Delhi Capitals have picked up, I think, better players because
they managed to pick up some of the Indian players at very low price.
Yes, see, I mean, now we can always question Umesh Yadav, but then Umesh Yadav is with Delhi Capital. Steve Smith, who was the first name of the auction, second name I think of the auction, actually went to Delhi Capital. So that was an interesting thing. Although the
as somebody said, the Delhi Capitals can have a border Gavaskar Trophy within their own team.
Yeah, I know. So when I was just thinking, I think this probably Steve Smith would have paid a Delhi Capitals to be there because he wants to know how Ashwin bowls, man.
But
So
there is also a straight off that he may not turn up.
no, that is different. I'm just kidding. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
that Smith would have paid money to be there to figure out
Yeah,
how
yeah.
Ashwin bowls to him.
Exactly.
So I mean, I'm very happy with the couple of picks that they had. I mean, definitely on top of it is that. Do we talk about that radically or randomly, or we talk about uncapped Indian players
See,
later? Maybe we
uncapped
can do
Indian
that.
players, because it's pretty random, man. Because everything happened pretty randomly.
Correct.
So there is no real structure to it. So let's also not have much of a structure.
Yeah, I guess so. So I mean, I was surprised by Shivam Dubey going to the Royals. I don't know what was behind
That was
that.
also on cards. So, I mean,
Yeah.
But what I was happy for was 3 Kerala players getting into limelight. Sachin Baby, Mohammad Azharuddin, and Vishnu Vinod. Because these players coming into limelight, it's pretty important because Kerala is not a traditional cricketing stronghold. So it is augurs well for the cricket within India. And I was also happy for Sheldon. He plays for Pondicherry.
Correct.
And he is by Delhi Capitals, right?
KKR.
Yeah. So those things are pretty interesting. The first Pondicherry player to get into the IPL team.
Correct. So these are some and some of the players who have seen, for example, Rajat Patidar is actually a solid batsman.
Sheldon Jackson.
Yeah, Sheldon Jackson, not Sheldon Cottrell. He went unsold.
Yeah.
I'm sure people know that Sheldon Cottrell doesn't turn up for Pondicherry, so it's fine.
You would have gotten a salute.
Yeah. So some of the young guys who actually who made it. I'm really happy for those guys. See, I'll give you some few names. Some of them I've been following. Some I heard about. So guys like you mentioned Sachin Baby. Rajat Patidar is a guy. I've been taught. This guy has been spoken highly by quite a few people, including our own Ravichandran Ashwin. He specifically mentions Rajat Patidar as a good prospect for the future. Although he's not very young. He's around 26, 27 years old. A solid hitter, solid. And he clears the field like nobody's business. And you can check up YouTube. There are some videos of his.
Yes.
So yeah,
he's a good prospect, man.
Good this thing. So that was something that I liked. Obviously the most important part was when us getting to know that Preeti Zinta cannot do without Shah Rukh Khan. So you want to comment on that?
Yeah, Shah Rukh Khan. I don't want to comment on the Shah Rukh joke because it's pretty obvious. So
I know.
Everyone is going to make it. So we'll take one step ahead and not make jokes on Shah Rukh Khan and Preeti. But Shah Rukh going for he went for 5 point something, 6 point
5.25 crores.
5.25
crores. Yeah.
I expected him to fetch good money for himself because he has had consistently 2 good seasons for Tamil Nadu in the shorter versions, and he is a good finisher at the. He's a good finisher. So he'll make. If he is used properly, he'll prove his value with Kings 11 Punjab. Punjab Kings, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that is the other thing. So we have Punjab Kings now. So they have renamed themselves. I'm sure everybody knows. So the other one that I like was Chetan Sakaria, who's a left-arm guy, left-arm bowler. And then he has gone to Royals. So I think he has gone for 1 crore, which is very good again. The fact that he is getting it. And some of the guys also, you have Manimaran Siddharth, who was the man of the match in the finals. In the finals of this thing. What is it?
Syed
Mushtaq Ali T20 tournament, India's premium T20 tournament. So he was the man of the match, and he actually was, again, he went for the base price there. And so these guys actually I just like one name which I forgot was the guy who also turned up in the final but ended up on the losing side, but Lukman Hussain Meriwala. So Bala says he looks like a typical architect, typical Mallu, but he's a Gujarati.
He's a Gujarati. Obviously.
Yeah. So
but I was surprised there was no bidder for him. He went to at his base price, right?
Yeah, his base price. So and the final one is Ripal Patel, of course. So one thing which I noticed was, if any of you have seen Ashwin's video, which he released yesterday, these are the players he talked about, and it was interesting that most of them have actually gone to Delhi Capital. He's the Ashwin's team. So that for me was interesting. So yeah, so these were some of the issues, some of the things which I found
Another
interesting.
thing, I mean, purely interesting from the CSK point of view, the three players CSK has picked are all over 330.
Yeah. Yeah, that is keeping
That's a given.
Yeah, I was surprised that Chawla went to Mumbai Indians. See, Mumbai Indians had the least of the problems. We'll talk about that in another show. If you look at Mumbai Indians, I think 10 of their playing, 10 of their playing 11 would be the same. It's just one player who actually changes here and there. You saw it in the last IPL. I mean, they hardly changed their team. Everyone was just coming in and doing their job and going away.
Three teams were not expected to be pretty active on the auction table, and it kind of stuck to that plan because Delhi, Hyderabad, and Kolkata, they have their teams sorted out. Whether the performance, of course, Mumbai's performance was there to see, but the rest of them also have a very good team. The core is always there, so they were not expected to be pretty much active on the auction table, and that kind of held together. I mean, as you said, I was slightly surprised by the vehemence with which Delhi Capitals was operative on the auction.
Yeah, they actually picked up 7 players.
They
actually picked up 7 players, which I think is the most, or it's joint most. No, I think it is the most. 3 plus 3, 6, 7. No, it is equal to Punjab Kings. Both of them have picked up 7 each. Punjab Kings obviously let go of 8 players. I think 8 or 10 players. I don't know how many players they let go of. So they had to buy. So Delhi was happily going about their business and doing it very quietly. The fact is that, and then I think you also need to remember that Ricky Ponting is still around there, right? Yeah. So he probably has his say also. So I mean, I think it was overall interesting for them. I mean, coming to the the unsold bit. I was surprised by Rassie van der Dusen. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think I got it right.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because I thought
the
South African would go. Yeah,
I thought at least base wise,
yes,
Labuschagne also.
Yeah, they might still go because I think after this 45-minute high tea break, they're going to have another round where I think
some of those unplayers.
Franchisees have been asked to give a list of players that they would want back. Which is why we are going away before that.
Yeah, which is why I'm also a bit jittery because that also may bring back Kedar Jadhav to the table.
Kedar Jadhav is. I mean, I still feel Kedar Jadhav will come back to the table, or they would do a off the shelf purchase sometime later. I still have a feeling that he'll be back. So what surprised me, Harbhajan Singh had put himself up for 2 crores. He went unsold. I think that probably indicates that maybe we have seen the last of.
Understandable.
Yeah, I mean he's 37, 38. So yeah, although I mean some of the things that surprised me was Aaron Finch. Nobody was there for Aaron Finch, Alex Hales, Jason Roy. I think it is largely because the opening slots are all filled. You don't have too many open slots there.
And this is going to be a short-term one because you are going to have a larger action next year.
Yes.
So nobody will build a team for a longer term. So some of the picks are basically for a year or two. So,
Any final thoughts, Bala? Before I think this is I think we have touched upon pretty much everything.
I mean, nothing much except some of the money beggars belief. Some of the money being doled out is surprising, but that is, I mean, at one level,
good for them, yaar. Bala, good for them. I mean, seriously, if
it's good for them, but at another level, it's also understandable because that is how this is structured. This whole auction is structured. That is how it will play out.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I still can't sort of wrap my head around I mean, obviously, like I said, I mean, I have nothing against Krishnappa Gautam because I think he's a good player. It's just that he has really not come to the IPL party. Just like Glenn Maxwell, we know that he's a good player when he turns out for Australia, but he has not come to the IPL party. No, so despite
you're right, and we have talked about that. But final thought about auction table so far, I don't know what is going to happen after that. At the auction table, I would rate Delhi Capitals the winner at the auction table.
Yeah, possibly. Yes, I would agree with that. And I mean, I'll just add one more thing that I was actually surprised that say CSK or one of the other guys, they didn't pick up Hari Nishant and Vishnu Solanki, who I thought did enough in the domestic circuit. Whatever little they could show, they did enough to sort of merit a mention. I don't know why that happened. That begs a discussion also. I mean, I'm sure people know what they're doing, or maybe they can still get picked. I don't know. So I think that is where it is.
And by the way, CSK wore a T-shirt that Red, whose legend read, definitely not, which were the words that MS Dhoni said when he was asked whether whether the last IPL was his last. He said
Yes.
definitely not. So those were the lines. I mean, those were the words that were on the CSK's auction
Yeah. Auction table.
on the T-shirt.
T-shirts. Yeah. So, and one more thing, one interesting thing is till this point, the Sunrisers Hyderabad have only picked up one player, which is Jagadish Suchit, who actually hails from my state, Karnataka. So I'm happy for him. Suchit is actually a brilliant fielder. If you recall some of his fielding exploits, he's
but
excellent.
he did also drop one catch.
Yeah, which is okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It happens because Kohli himself drops it. Smith drops it. So
yeah, see, when Kohli drops catches, he grins, and when others drop catches, he scowls. I mean, that is Kohli for us. We all know that. And I think my last word comes in for the auctioneer. I don't know what the gentleman's name is, but
pretty well known in the circles.
Yeah. So, but I was pleasantly surprised to realize. Oh, by the way, Marnus Labuschagne went unsold.
Yeah.
And I was pleasantly surprised to realize that there is an Indian Labuschagne also in the midst. That person is called Sandeep Lamishagne. That is the way he pronounced it.
Exactly.
So, which was quite. I liked it.
The auctioneer's name is Hugh Edmeades.
Yeah. So he's Hugh.
Edmeades.
Yeah.
Edmeades.
Okay, great. I think
he has been involved in over 2,500 auctions.
Yes. So one more thing is I think one good purchase which I think we missed was Shakib Al Hasan going to KKR. So I think that was a good buy in my mind, at least, because KKR picked up Shakib and only two people, Shakib and Sheldon Jackson. So I mean, if I were to tell you the open positions that they had before the auction, I mean, they had 8 slots, 8 plus 2, 8 domestic slots and 2 overseas slots, and they still picked up only 2 players, which basically means that they have 19 plus 2. They have players enough, but then they only picked up that many.
Yeah.
So Shakib in the middle order and as a bowler, especially because somebody like Sunil Narine.
It's a homecoming for him because
not just that. No, I'm not bothered about that. I'm from a strategic point of view. If you think about it, Sunil Narine is there. So Sunil Narine as a wicket taker hasn't performed really. He holds one end up, but he has not performed as a wicket taker the way he was before his action got changed. So Shakib
even in this 10-over tournament, he changed his action.
Yeah. So I think he's bowling with a different action in every tournament he's playing, which means that he has a severe identity crisis, which probably is why he's not taking wickets. So
does he have a original action to start off? No, not anymore.
Yeah, I know. No, he definitely doesn't. I mean, I think if he looks at himself from whichever year he played first, he said, no, that is not me, that's somebody else. I'm sure he'll say that. That looks completely different. So yeah, so I think that is it. So we'll get back to you with some team analysis so soon. So keep watching and keep liking and keep sharing, and see you soon.
But all we are up for auction. Please bid for us.
Yeah. So I mean, so maybe we'll end with that. I mean, Bala, imagine you being, your name being Glenn Maxwell and my name being Krishnappa Gautam, and we would love that, man. You are getting paid for doing nothing here. So
somebody please listen to this. Bid for us. Give us money.
Pick us up. Yeah. We are waiting.
We are waiting.
Okay. Yeah, we are waiting. Okay. Bye-bye. See you later and see you soon. Bye.